it's Gina at Tarot and Time in Kent, Connecticut. I'm here to talk to you about tarot and astrology for the week of June 7th. There's a lot going on right now, transit-wise, and we have the sun in the sign of Gemini. We know that Mercury that rules Gemini is in retrograde, so it has kind of a backwards effect on us. Mercury rules communication, it rules how we express ourselves, rules highways and all that stuff. So we have to be extra alert right now because everything's a little wacky. Let's see, we have the moon starting off the week in the sign of Taurus, and Taurus is ruled by Venus, so it's a very nurturing time. We know that Venus is presently in the sign of Cancer, which is also a very nurturing time. So let's try to find the time to be kind to ourselves, to do something nice for ourselves, to enjoy our home. The moon will move into Gemini on, let's see, mid-afternoon on Tuesday the 8th. It'll be in Gemini until about 3 in the morning on Friday. So we're going to have a Gemini sun, a Gemini moon. We know that Mercury is in retrograde, so we really want to pay extra attention, especially on those days, and especially with purchases, contracts, any commitments. By the weekend, the moon will be in Cancer, so again, another time to kind of be gentle, kind to yourself, maybe take it slower. So I just finished listening to Sheila Height's astrology report. There's a lot of good stuff in there. I encourage you to listen to it. We share it on our YouTube channel. So just a few notes from that. There's a lot of Neptune activity. So I'm looking at the chart, the sunrise chart for June 7th, and we have Neptune midheaven in the sign of Pisces that it rules. So midheaven, I think of kind of like raining down on the chart. There's a lot of creativity, a lot of inspiration, but also a lot of fog. Things are not clear. So she says in her videos, verify, verify, verify. So really make sure, because of the unclarity right now, and then because of Mercury's little wacky backwards energy. Let's see, what else? We have Mars, the planet of how we take action, making a trine to Neptune also. So you definitely, again, wanting to verify because Mars wants to take action, and then Neptune's very creative and all that, but then it's foggy. So keep our heads up about that. I would personally push commitments to after Mercury comes out of retrograde, which is on the 22nd of June. So maybe push major plans, major purchases towards the end of the month. We have Mars, also the planet of taking action. It runs a lot on feelings. It's very fiery. It's making an opposition to Pluto, who's its big brother. And Pluto is also all about feelings, but it's a little bit more about destruction. So it's an intense time. You don't want to be arguing. You don't want to let your emotions get the best of you. And I know it's easier said than done. I'm definitely feeling it. But remember that this is a time for a great transformation in our feelings. So let's use it to make the proper transformations, allow it to make the proper transformations. Let's see, what else? We have Venus in a trine to Jupiter. So Jupiter, it rules the sign Sagittarius. I think Sagittarius rules foreign travel. So Sheila was talking about using this time to kind of travel through yourself internally, and really kind of searching through what's going on inside and seeing what still has value to us. And this is a positive aspect, and Jupiter's such a planet of luck and blessings. So really using this time to find out more about yourself, and then if you're searching for a partner, the more you know about yourself, the more that you can connect with someone else that's like-minded. The sun is also in a positive trine aspect to Saturn. So the sun trine Saturn, it's really a harmonious time. It really, like, the sun is the heart chakra, and then Saturn's the rules. So it's a great time to really follow the rules to get what you want. Creating what your heart wants, creating a really great structure to get what you want. So take advantage of that too. Mercury is trine Neptune, so we want to know that we can be daydreaming. Mercury's communication, and then Neptune's all that fog. So we can be really artistic right now. We can get great ideas. Not all of them are going to be valid, but when you get enough great ideas, there's usually a good gem in there. So make sure that you just aren't jumping on every idea that comes to mind, and really building a foundation of what your heart wants, some of these great ideas, and again, the whole verify. And because we're in retrograde, 3 is the theme. So it's verify, verify, verify. And so yeah, lots going on. Let the transformation take away what doesn't work for us anymore. And let's really start paying attention to what the heart wants, and try to just avoid fighting right now if you can. So let's go into the cards. I have 3 piles. For pile number 1, I'm using the Hierophant card. And this is such a great version, because the Hierophant is usually like a priest or a sage or someone that's like being looked up to. And this is a yoga teacher. And the students are looking up to her, connecting with their inner self, connecting with the teacher. And she's kind of the medium, pulling in positive energy, connecting and helping others. So great card. It's card number 5. 2021 is a 5-year, so it's a theme card for the year. Here's the Queen of Wands, Queen of Fire, very passionate queen. Using the passion, you know, Mars opposite Pluto, it's a lot of fiery energy, a lot of passionate energy. Use it for the positive. And then we have the King of Wands for pile number 3, King of Fire. Pointing right on the map, knowing exactly where he wants to go, what he wants to explore. Okay, so pick your pile, let's get started. Okay, pile number 1, the Hierophant. See what you need to know for this week. Pretty intense week, lots going on. And a good time to just take some time out for yourself, sort through any retrograde. I think if you've listened to my last video, the R-E, so reunion, recreate, rearrange, all those words. And it's a good time to sort through our own feelings, because when Mercury comes out of retrograde, things are going to start moving ahead really quickly. Okay, let's see what we've got. Here's the Page of Wands. And that's funny, I had used my pendulum to pick, most of the cards. The cover cards, the Queen of Wands, the King of Wands, and I thought to myself, let's use the Page of Wands. And the pendulum said no, it wanted the Hierophant, but look, here's the Page of Wands. So it wants to be part of it after all. Okay, so Page of Wands, young energy, young passion, young ideas. He's got, you know, the broom and his overnight bag there, ready to go on this journey, thinking, kind of looking down the path, wondering, what's down there? Is this for me? We've got the Ten of Swords here. Just kind of enough of being held back. It feels like the Page of Wands is such an opposite energy. It's like free and on the road and able to just get up and go and create what they want. Where here it's like being so pinned down. And so the heart is just craving these adventures to get up and go and not be bound. Now we have the Ten of Wands. So another 10. This one looks like they're selling lumber. So the 10 of Wands coming in the foundation position. I'm just kind of getting that really work focused, really just kind of held down to the whole working a lot. And there's a passion there in the heart, and the Hierophant there kind of wanting to just go on this inward journey. And now, because this is the card of the year, looking for that change. Coming in the background, we have the Eight of Cups, and this just fell, the Page of Swords. And this interesting one, kind of turning away. It's almost like the responsibilities, all these dishes there, it's the Eight of Cups. And the attention, it's like a never-ending cycle, right? The dishes just never end. there's this door opening, the moon is calling, there's this opportunity to kind of leave town. And I almost feel like it's not so much like the actual getting up and leaving, it's the like taking the meditation, going to the yoga class, stepping away, going internal traveling. And one of the notes that I had been reading from before about Venus trine Jupiter, it's about internal travel to find out more about you, seeing, kind of searching through, cleaning inward, like doing the dishes inside, about what works, what doesn't work anymore, where are we bound, what thoughts are we bound to, what ideas are we bound to, and maybe we're bound to thinking that it's our job to always clean up. I know as moms it's just a never-ending job, but maybe it's time to shift those responsibilities. It's the Page of Swords, and it's funny because it's a page which feels like such like young energy, but he doesn't really look like a kid. Looks like he's growing up. It's time to put the responsibilities onto some of your other family members, especially if you have children. Here's the Hermit. I love how he's taking the star and he's putting it into his lantern, because this is the before tarot. So it's based on the Rider-Waite traditional pictures where the Hermit has the lantern out and it's lit up, and he's on his path searching for his truth. And here he's taking that star the minute before to put that into his lantern to light his way. I think of the star as that Aquarian energy, that forward thinking, really genius energy. And it's lighting the way for him on his path of truth. And it's interesting that it's coming in next to these two. I kind of have it across the board here, next to the Page of Wands, which literally has a path, next to this Eight of Cups, where there's a path leading outside the escape route. So there's a sifting and sorting period that needs to go on right now. And here's the Page of Coins, or the Page of Pentacles. Paying this dog walker. I'm really just getting that it's time to start hiring people, putting responsibilities on others and not so much on you. It's a time to, there's too much on you. And it's time to pay the dog walker to take the dogs for a walk. It's time to make the boundaries about who's always doing the cleanup. It's time to free yourself a little bit from this burden. All these, I'm thinking of it as swords, as like all these thoughts about like who has to do what. And here's the constant, the working, but they're both tens. There's a switch here. There's a change. And the Hierophant is all about change. Card number 5, Major Arcana number 5. Connect with your higher power so you have the energy to get what you need done, and then allot responsibilities to those that you can, however little that might be. I mean, you're just giving a few coins here, paying this kid to walk the dogs. Where can you put the responsibility off of you, loosen it up so that you can have a little more fun? So Venus is in Cancer, good time to think about how to nurture yourself. I want to do a couple more things here. I'm going to pull 2 more tarot cards. I want to pull an oracle and roll some astro dice. All right, the Queen of Swords and the 5 of Cups. Okay, so the Queen of Swords, I think of her as like the Queen of Boundaries. She is going to make, and I placed it right here on top of the 8 of Cups and the Page of Swords. So making the boundaries. If you have kids, okay, here's your responsibilities for the summer. If the work responsibilities, the relationship responsibilities, here's the line. This is how this needs to function for a while. That's what I'm saying. Here's the 5 of Cups, which is the attention needs to be turned off. What isn't working onto what is. There's a party waiting for you, and you have to take charge now. You have to be in the front leadership position, allotting responsibilities. Okay, let's see what your oracle card is. Joy and delight, and I flipped it this way, which is so fun. But it's really this supposed to be this way. It's time for you. It's almost like the Hanged Man. It's time for you to look at things at a different perspective. There's more joy to be had. I get the feeling that you feel like the joy is for everyone else or not for you. Okay, I'm gonna roll some dice here. And each dice has a planet, a number, and a astrology sign. So let's see what's gonna come up for you. We have the moon, Scorpio, in the 6th house. Okay, so the moon, the very feminine planet of the moon, we consider a planet in astrology, and very nurturing, your true self, very feminine, in the sign of Scorpio. So kind of like two watery energies. Scorpio is those deep, deep emotions. And then in the 6th house, which is the house of health, Virgo's house, the house of service. And like there's a theme here for me about service. Like I feel like it's off balance, that you're constantly in service to others, your family, your business, your children, all that. There needs to be, you gotta hire the dog walker. Simple as that. Maybe the house cleaner, something. Do something, because it's not a waste of money. It's for your health. It's for your well-being. That all the responsibilities can't be on you, and the fun aspect is just as important for your health as everything else. And I have to say with Scorpio there, it's like sex is just as important as sleep. So it's there. It needs to be part of your health. So this Mars opposite Pluto, there's a lot of passionate energy going on right now. So instead of using it for fighting, use it for passion. Have a great week. Okay, I'm back with pile number 2. We have the beautiful Queen of Wands, the dragon behind her. For all you fire sign, Chinese dragon years, that's a beautiful card. She's such a passionate queen. She is said to be the only queen that goes into battle with the king, and she's a world traveler. All right, let's see what we have for the week ahead for you. We have the 2 of Pentacles starting you off, trying to find the balance, but you know, here's this cat jumping on, throwing things off. There's gonna be a lot of unseen things that happen. Mercury retrograde, there's so many aspects going on, and you just kind of have to roll with it. Here's the 4 of Cups. It's like he's drinking from one cup, so it's a cup of satisfaction, like the Ace of Cups. But there's still 3 more cups there, so there's these emotional, like fun offerings, and there's a pause here to kind of decide which one's right for you. We know things are very cloudy right now. These offerings are coming out of the clouds. And so taking the time to just kind of weigh it out, because we've got the 2 of Pentacles here, just balancing it out before you just jump in, because the Queen of Wands is like that passionate energy, reminds me of the Mars opposite Pluto, intenseness. So let's just take the little pause and make sure that things are as we feel they are. Here's the 9 of Cups. He's pouring water into the cups. Coming in on the foundation. So yeah, there's a lot of options. There's a lot of emotions to tend to. I just feel the fog. Here's the 4 of Pentacles. And so, let's see. He's holding these coins, but he's got this sandcastle behind him. It kind of feels again like, well, it's a 4, so it's the pause, really making sure that whole verify, like, yeah, it looks like a castle behind him, but it's a sand castle and it can fall. So make sure things are valid. We have the 7 of Wands. This is a situation that could turn very quickly, is the feeling that I'm getting. And we know that Mars is opposite Pluto. We know it's not a great time for picking a fight. It's not a great time to be allowing intense emotions to get the best of us. And she definitely has her opinion there. and she's outnumbered. So there's a time and a place for this, but I'm not getting that it's now. There's the Eight of Pentacles. I love this picture. I have the rights to use this picture for Tarot in Time. It's on our website. I love it. So she's really busy mixing her formula that works for her, her potion for what it is, for like a remedy for her. I'm gonna keep going here. And the Nine of Pentacles, the relaxing. It's all there. So I'm really seeing like self-care for yourself with this Eight of Pentacles, finding the right good medicine for you. And that could be rest and relaxation. That could be sunshine. That can be an herbal remedy. That can be essential oil blend, something like that. Or maybe it's just reading a book and relaxing. She's got a glass of wine here and a nice book. So until things are clear, I would pause as much as I can. I would avoid confrontation. Things are not quite, there's a lot of unexpected energy coming in. There's a lot of foggy energy coming in. And you just kind of need to wait, sit, relax, tend to your well-being until more clarity comes. So let me just see what else we've got here. We've got, these two just fell out. We've got the Seven of Pentacles. And we have the Hermit. Look at that. So, and okay, so these are interesting too. It's like more pause. The Seven, it kind of almost looks like this Nine where, you know, everything's growing, everything's happening, it's all there. She's kind of checking to see if it's ready. The grapes are ready. She's relaxing here. And then the Hermit here, she's just taking this time in front of the fire, going within. So this is a time of pausing, waiting, avoiding the argument, avoiding, if you can, hold back on expressing your strong feelings about something. I would wait a little while longer till you get more information and more clarity. I know it's not easy to do that, but if you can, wait, tend to it, let more information come to you, and just take this pause. This Hermit, she's just in front of that fire, feeling all that fire energy on her. We're just going in, using it to transform herself. There's a lot of transformation available right now. Okay, I'm gonna pull one more tarot card because I feel like I'm still missing something. And the Six of Swords. Stepping onto that boat. There's a change of thought. There's an opportunity to leave some thoughts behind that aren't working. Okay, let's do an oracle card for you and some astro dice. Give in to passion. How beautiful. Give in to passion, not through the argument. She's giving into passion through, she's dressed beautifully. She's listening to beautiful music. So there's a lot here about resting, meditating, taking care of your health, doing something just right for you. And really like classical music, very calming, beautiful energy. And you're gonna start to move away from the things that aren't working for you. Okay, let me roll some dice here. That was the South Node, but I'm gonna put it back in and do it again. Okay, so each dice has a house number, a sign, astrology sign, and a planet. And we have Uranus in Aries in the 12th house. Okay, so Uranus is kind of what I was feeling when I saw this cat jumping in. Unexpected. Uranus rules the sign Aquarius. Aquarius is like the lightning bolt of insight, but it can also be the lightning bolt of change. And so there it is, unexpected, and you're just gonna have to make the best of it, go with the flow. Tending to yourself, giving yourself the downtime. Aries, how you take action, well, it's ruled by Mars, which has to do with how you take action. Aries is the first house of the zodiac. I am is a term associated with it. So there may be changes, unexpected changes that affect you very personally. In the 12th house, which is Pisces house, and so it's ruled by Neptune again, so it's very foggy, but it's also very creative. So let the bolts of lightning be bolts of insight, maybe about how you're presenting yourself in the world or how you want action that you want to take. There's some very creative energy coming in for you. So let that lightning bolt of change, of inspiration be creativity. I feel like this is such a card of creativity. And so let it surround yourself with music, with good books, with good remedies, with downtime, and passion in a way, things that make you really enjoy. Go to the beach, relax, and write down your inspiration, because things are going to start coming in, and those are going to be things that you can use later. And so you're going to start to get more clarity about you, how to present yourself in this world. And so write down the ideas, ponder them, and think about the action that you want to take as retrograde starts to end towards the end of the month. So thanks for joining me. Okay, I'm back with pile 3, and I have the King of Wands here. Such a dynamic fire king. See him pointing at the map. All right, let's see what we've got going on this week for you. Pile number 3, we've got the 10 of Cups starting us off. Look at that beautiful picnic. So relaxing, such a happy family card, emotionally fulfilling. Coming up in your heart position. It's a 10, so it's starting to shift that family life, that emotional, how we tend to ourselves, how we love each other. There's a shift going on. Venus is in Cancer, so it's a great time to be savoring these kind of things. And we have the Death card coming up. So there's a big change coming for you. There's a big positive change. The way that you love yourself, the way that you're nurtured, the way your role in your family, there's a change coming for the positive. We have a lot of Pluto energy going on right now. Mars opposite Pluto. Pluto is in the 8th house, which is the house of Scorpio, the house it owns. So there's a lot of things coming to a close right now, and they need to. And so allow that transformation to be a helpful friend to you. Here we have the Queen of Swords in the foundation position of the reading. That crown is being handed to you to put on. A position of power, the Queen of Swords. She's such a great communicator. She's no nonsense, and she's there supporting you through this transformation. We have the Knight of Cups spreading love all around. Have him here in the background. Such love, such enjoy your friends, enjoy your family. Take the time to have that picnic. Be by that water. We have the 10 of Wands coming in the background. She looks a little overwhelmed. The good news is that it's surrounded here with the Knight of Cups, such joy, such love. Next to this Death card, so there's an end to this. There's a change coming. It's a 10, so it's the highest point of the overwhelm. I feel this calm that's come in. Oh, here's the Lovers card. What a beautiful version. All the stages of love and the dog here. Such beautiful, beautiful card. So this is a Gemini card ruled by Mercury. And it's coming in next to this beautiful 10 of Cups. This is such a happy, loving situation. All these different stages of family life. And so it's coming up in your future position here, just really savoring these moments and knowing it's a Gemini card, so it moves very quickly. These moments are fleeting. Let's just savor them while we have them. Oh, and here's the Lovers again. He's helping her up. Interesting that the Lovers has come up twice, ruled by Gemini. Associated with the sign Gemini, ruled by Mercury. Mercury's in retrograde. We're feeling A lot of us right now are really feeling some intense energy. Things are wacky. I know for me, like, my computer doesn't want to work well. My phone doesn't want to work well. Everything's taking longer to download and open. My communication's really off with a lot of my loved ones right now. And it's temporary. It's frustrating, but it's temporary. And so just kind of like taking a deep breath. The Lovers is all about taking a deep breath. Taking that deep breath before we jump into decision making, before we jump into communicating. And there's changes here. And things don't always run smoothly, but there's a lot of love underneath this. And there's a lot of needing things to change a little bit and allowing that change. I want to pull a few more cards. Just feel like we might have missed something, so let's see what that is. Here's the Two of Swords, the Ace of Swords, and the Seven of Wands. Okay, so the Two of Swords in a way is kind of reminding me of the Lovers card again. So it's like in relationship, it's swords, it's air energy. She's blindfolded, she's hitting that target right on point. She has her little guides there helping her. And so in our relationships, things may feel unclear, or she's blindfolded, but she is still on point. So kind of knowing that you're missing one of your senses, you can't see. And so they're maybe not seeing things clearly right now. Here's the Ace of Swords. And here's the Seven of Wands trying to orchestrate all of this. So now that there's a transformation, savor the good times. Be careful with the communication. Take a deep breath. Things are going to start to shift as we move forward. Here's the Nine of Cups, this relaxation. Just savoring it, going in, taking some time to pause, really. Savor the summer. Okay, I'm going to pick an oracle card for you, and then we're going to roll the Astro dice. Let's see what we have here. Everyday Witch Oracle. Gratitude and thanks. How beautiful. Kind of feels like, reminds me of this Nine of Cups, and it reminds me of this Ten of Cups here, just savoring the love, focusing on the gratitude and the thanks, and knowing that the changes that come are there to help us along. So finding the gratitude in it, really. Okay, let me roll these dice. One has a number, one has a planet, one has an astrology sign. So the South Node, Capricorn in the 11th house. So the South Node is like the cup that holds everything that ever happened to us. And it's there with Capricorn, which is ruled by Saturn, which is like the rules, that boss kind of energy, that grounded earth energy, father-like energy. 11th house, house of friends, Aquarius's house, large groups of people. I'm just feeling like there's some of things from the past. You've got the Lovers twice. It could be people that you loved or past relationships. Maybe some that you have certain hang-ups about are coming back into your life. I find, for me, retrograde tends to be like things that weren't seen before become seen. So there's this past coming back for you, really. So you can reevaluate it, and there's like a freedom that can come through kind of revisiting it, reevaluating it, reorchestrating the thoughts in your mind, and being freed from it. So have a great week.